as per as budgets are concerned, cost, why we are making budgets, the reason is you have to produce something in the company. Is it okay? Let's say you people are producing shoes, as everybody is fond of shoes, so I took this example. Okay. Now for making shoes, you know there are processes, okay, and there are materials required. Once you're done with producing, still you are incurring cost for skill. Is it okay? So things goes in a hierarchy. First, what do? You produce. Okay. After you produce, you have to store. After you store, you have to make calls to the customers or to the people who are actually purchasing from you as wholesalers. Is it okay? You have to make the orders. Making the orders. Is it okay? Then you have the cost for your showrooms also. You have stores, outlets, and this is basically sales. Making the sales. Okay? So when you produce, you're producing in the factory. So any cost related to factory is known as factory cost. Is it okay? Whatever you need in the factory to produce, the cost of it will be known as factory cost. Am I clear with this? Alright. After that, you will send it to storage, and basically it is in the warehouse. Is it okay? Where do you produce? You produce in the factory. Where do you store? Store in the warehouse. Is it okay? Now there are costs incurring for warehouse also. For example, the rent of it, the electricity of warehouse. Is it okay? There will be people who will be taking stuff from factory to warehouse. Is it okay? Loading, deloading. Am I clear? So these are the costs which you are incurring here. Okay. So this cost also will be added to the product. Is it okay? Let's say whenever we produce a shoe, actual cost is somewhere around, let's say, 200 rupees. The shoes which I'm wearing, let's say, 200 rupees. Okay? But after being produced, storage, the cost of it is being added. Is it okay? After that, you will be making orders. From where will you make the orders? From the office? Yes or no? Every business has its office. They do not do everything from factory. Factory, what do you have? You have big machines, you have laborers working, and raw materials done. Is it okay? Once the production is done in the factory, it goes to the warehouse. Why do you keep it in the warehouse? That's where you store. Is it okay? Storage. After that, you actually deal and you manage from office. So any cost after warehouse, if anything, it will be known as office cost. Is it okay? Or the cost of production. From the office, you will be selling out. Okay? Then you will be incurring some cost on selling, which are known as selling and distribution expenses. For example, Amul. Amul produces its ice cream, stores in the cold storage, makes the order from office, okay, then they sell through their own outlets. Every outlet has its rent, electricity cost, okay, people working there. Then you have the storage, the cold storage, okay, that system has to be provided. Then you send it to different states. It is being produced where? In Gujarat. Is it okay? Amul is where? It is in the state of Gujarat. Is it okay? From Gujarat, it's being distributed to different parts of India and abroad. Am I clear? So you are incurring those costs on distribution also, selling and distribution cost. So any cost related to that is known as selling and distribution cost. Am I clear with this? After this, whatever cost you will be getting, that will be known as cost of sale. Now this is just for the explanation. We will not do like this. We will follow a format. Is it okay? Which I will do today, because it's not possible to finish up the sum. Initial part is you have to understand. Once you understand the sum, if you're clear with this one sum now, you can solve all the questions whatever is given in the question papers. I don't have to do anything. Majority of you will be able to solve the sums on your own. Is it okay? Provided you understand. Alright. So first of all, try to understand what we are doing. We are doing flexible budget. Is it okay? So we are talking about flexibility here. What's the meaning of flexibility? Is we are talking about the level of production or capacity of production. Most of the time people don't use their 100% capacity. Okay, 100% capacity means if you really want, you can be a topper, you can get 99% in every subject. But do you get 99%? Why is it so? Because you're not working at 100% capacity. Is it okay? So there was a movie called Lucy. Have you seen the movie Lucy? Those who have seen, good. Those who have not seen, please watch this movie. Okay? This movie is all about youngsters, the mindset, the struggle what they have, and at the same time the human brain. Okay? It's a science fiction movie. So according to this movie, they say we don't even use 10% of our brain. Basically we use 4 to 7% of our brain. Einstein was the only person who could use more than 7%. But they say it was not even 10%. Okay, so there is a theory going on in that movie. If a person starts using 10% of the brain, what he could achieve. Okay, so that actress could actually learn skills just by watching. Okay, for example, you can fight just like Bruce Lee because you have seen it. You can observe and you can learn. Is it okay? So 10%, again 20%, 30%, 40%, and then there is a time when she reaches 90% or 100%. Okay, so you have to watch that movie. I don't want to be the spoiler. Okay, and then from there. So we do not work at 100% capacity. Neither the business houses are working at their 100% capacity. So they know their capacity, maximum what they can achieve. Is it okay? So once you know what is your maximum limit, you will call it 100%. Do you know your maximum limit? So with human beings it's not possible, but for a machine you know. Is it okay? For example, you have a car. Okay, the top speed is already given to you 180 kilometers per hour. This is 100% capacity. Am I clear? Once you know the car can run at a speed of 180. Thank you so much. You want to sit for the class?
No, I'm just.
Is there anyone in the department?
Yes. You just
Go and sit with the okay. See you. 180 kilometers per hour. That's the 100% capacity. So do you run your car at 180 kilometers? It's not allowed only. Okay, in the street or on the highway it is really not allowed. But why do they give it? At times it is required. You can use your same car for racing. That's why they make it okay at 180 kilometers per capacity. Is it okay? Am I clear? So business houses also have 100% capacity. They do not. But in case in exam they will give you, find out for 100% capacity, and they may give you for 60% and 80%. In the question, tell me what is given. Read the question. So 10,000 units is given to you. You have to find out for 6,000 and 8,000. So this is your 100% when it is 10,000 units. Is it okay? They are asking you to find out for 6,000 units and 8,000 units. All these are given to you. The information is given to you. Is it okay? You have to find out for 60% and 80%. Majority of the students, they make mistake. They straightway find out, try to find out for these two columns. They do not write down what is given in the question. Is it okay? So this part is given to you. You just have to multiply and divide and get these values. It's that simple. Okay? Remember class 6 or 7? When the value for 10 apples were given and you were supposed to get for 6 apples. Remember, the cost of 10 apples is this. What is the cost of 6 apples? Remember, simple sum. So similarly, same logic they are using here. But the thing is that you have to follow a format. And what is the format? You need to know your prime cost. Under prime cost, whatever is happening in the factory, okay, count on those costs. Okay, add it together, find out the total, whatever you will get. This will be known as work cost or factory cost. Is it okay? Am I clear? After that, all the indirect expenses will come, which is related to your office. Okay, which is also known as office overheads. Under this, you'll put all the expenses which are there in the office. Don't write down, I'll give you the proper format. Okay, try to understand first part. So all the expenses, for example, salary, rent, electricity of the office. If they say electricity of the factory, don't put here. It will be under factory. Is it okay? If they say wages, don't put here. Wages are always related to factory, put here. If they say salaries, salaries related to office. Okay, majority of the students don't understand this also. What is the difference between wages and salaries? Can anybody tell me what is the difference? So what you have to do is write down the format, draw the table like this, write down flexible budget on top, particulars. This is the question part. Write down the first column from the question. This is what they are asking you. Keep it blank. Is it okay? First you write down this one from the question, and then later on you will see it's very simple. Okay? So we are done with factory cost. This one we don't know, no? How to find out? Now see here. Take this amount, put it in your calculator, divide by this. Take this total amount, divide by 10 units, you'll get per unit cost. If total amount is this, you're contributing by these many units. If I want to know per unit, it's very simple, no? This amount divided by the number of units, you'll get per unit. How much are you getting? 10 rupees, no? Am I clear? It's very simple, no? Now sometimes this is not given. How will you calculate this? For getting this, you divide it. For getting this, multiply. Very easy. Is it okay? So this multiplied by this, you'll be getting how much? 90,000, no? So 4 zeros. Am I clear? Am I clear with this? Okay. So continue with the question. After that, they gave you administrative expenses. Administrative expenses means after factory, office, no? So you can write office overheads. Okay. You can write office overheads, or you can write straightaway administrative expenses. I will not write office, I'll use the word administrative overheads. Okay. You write full spelling, I'm using short form. Administrative overheads. If it is given straight away, you write down. If under this you have something, you can write like fixed and variable. If you have fixed and variable, write down. If only once it's given, you can write straight away also. Am I clear? So administrative overheads straight away given, no? And they said it is fixed. I'll use the word fixed. Variable not given, so only fixed is given. The total amount. Okay. So it's given both administrative expenses fixed, total amount 50,000, and per unit is also given 5. If you check, you'll get same value. Clear things, okay? You're done with administrative. So total of these values means adding this one also. Whatever you get, add these values now. This plus this plus this. This one is, this is the name. Added, this one added. find out another addition. Add all the values. What are you getting? How much? Better don't write down this line, okay? Otherwise, you'll think that total of this is 5. Okay? Since we do not have addition here, it's just one value, so it's better you write only without that. Initially, you'll have issues, so try to make it as simple as possible. Don't confuse yourself. $100, $20, $30, $135, no? Okay, so there is a name for this. Remember, when you added these values, prime cost. When you added these values along with this, okay, work cost. I forgot to find out the addition. Work cost is 130. Is it okay? Then you added 5 rupees, 135. Work cost. After work cost, you'll be getting cost of production. Cost of production. Did you write this?
Yeah.
So, what is this? It is 130. Okay? Write down a line here, draw a line, and then write 130. Then for this amount, write 5 rupees. Addition of these two again 130, cost of production. Clear? Clear this, okay? After cost of production, what is given? Check. Whatever is taken now, just give tick mark. Whatever you have taken in the equation, just give tick mark. Then you'll remember what is left. So they have given separately, we'll write together. Is it okay? Don't waste time on writing selling expenses separately, then distribution separately. Write selling and distribution expenses together. That will be better for you. Okay, but there is a problem. They have given you fixed and variable, no? So we have to calculate that. Check. Selling expenses 10%, no? Fixed. So this is not possible here, and I don't want to take more time. We'll just solve till here. We'll continue in the next class. Okay, I'll just explain you this portion. Remember, whenever we talk about total cost, it is the summation of variable and fixed. Will you remember this? When you add both variable and fixed, what do you get? Total cost. Is it okay? Now they are saying that fixed cost is 10%. Total cost will always be 100%. Yes or no? Total cost will always be 100%. And they told you what? They told you fixed cost is 10%. So you have to find out variable. It's very easy to find out. So what do you think? What is variable cost here? It is 90% because 100% minus 10%, 90%. 90 plus 10 gives you 100. Is it okay? So at times they will give you variable 90% and they will not talk about anything else. You have to understand, okay, variable 90, that means fixed is 10. Sometimes they make it 50-50, sometimes 60-40, sometimes 70-30. Is it okay? Sometimes in proportion. For example, 1 by 4. What is 1 by 4? You can calculate in percentage just by multiplying by 100. Is it okay? How much it is? 25%. They may not give you 25%. They may give you 1 by 4. Until unless you do not understand these simple maths of class 4-5, okay, you will not get your sums clear in the degree. That's why when you run away from maths follows you wherever you go. Okay, there was a saying, okay, when you're not clearing off your classes or your studies in school days, it will follow you back again, and it is happening with your parents also.